Welcome to Learn and Go, the podcast. Hey, everybody. It is Wednesday night. I am Sydney. I am your host, and I am also the author of Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go, how a preacher's daughter pole danced her way to finding her true self. And I am super psyched to be here tonight with all of you. I see a couple of people are on, but you're being quiet little mice tonight. So I'm going to say hi to Erin, who is probably not able to comment back tonight, but I hope you're watching. I hope you are having fun with what you're up to. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say, so I will. But yes, it is another Wednesday night. My hair had a mind of its own, so I am just going with it. I'm not sure if I am channeling my inner Dolly Parton, my inner Brittany Fox. Not sure what is going on here, but you know what? Sometimes you just got to go with it. Hey, Reese, I am so glad you are here. Night has automatically been made. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you because you are amazing. Thank you so much for hopping on tonight. And yeah, everybody put in the comments, what have you been up to this past week? What can I promote for you? What can I plug for you? What do you have going on that I can give you a shout out? I already plugged my book, which I am super duper proud of, and I'm going to pop the website up here where you can get your own copy of Learn and Go at learnandgogo.com, available in ebook and paperback. So it has been an absolutely crazy week for me. I don't know what is going on. Does anybody else feel like the energy lately has just been very heavy? Like, there's just so much going on in the world, but like everybody I know seems to be going through it this week. So, sending out a Tatiana to everybody who is struggling. Tatiana is our way of saying cheers. So, grab, if you have a grown up drink, I'm sporting my drunken grown ups shirt. Grab, it could be a water, it could be a soda. Take a toke of whatever you're doing. It's all good. And Tatiana to you. And you can check out the background story behind Tatiana at learnandgogo.com. But let's see. All right, Recess had an amazing weekend at Astronomicon. I just like saying that, Astronomicon. I think because it reminds me of Necronomicon, so that's why I like saying it. Got to see Spencer Charnas. Am I saying that correctly? Bill Moseley. I love Bill Moseley. Robert Brian Wilson and more are going to be at a con this weekend for the film Not There Too. Awesome. That sounds cool. That sounds really cool. I'm excited for you. And yes, Reese says, I feel that too. Been feeling off a little bit, but it's all going to be good. We got this. Yes, we do. We absolutely do. Hey, there's Severian. Where's the folks in the YouTube chat? I know Aaron and Lizzie are occupado. Not the way you think. Well, maybe, maybe later. But right now, they are busy with a project. So I know where they are. The rest of the YouTube crew, I do not know. Reese, I see on Facebook. But hopefully they will be hopping on soon. Maybe it's just one of them weeks. You know, it's tax day. Maybe everybody's doing their taxes last minute. So maybe that's why they're not on, or maybe everyone's just feeling shy. Is everybody shy tonight? That's okay too. It's okay. This is a safe space. Feel free to say hello. And you can always, like, if you watch this and you're afraid to say something because you don't want me repeating it or putting it on screen, you can always say don't share and put it. That will make everybody else that's on the platform you are on be able to see it, but I won't put it in the actual show, so anybody watching it after the fact won't hear it. Uh-oh. Hey, Aaron did hop on. I'm listening, making horror goodness with my friend Josh and Jericho. Sending love to you. I wasn't sure if I could spill the beans, as it were, so I didn't want to say. But I cannot wait to see what you look like after all this. Sorry, Rutube. I called it Rutube. YouTube is not working. So Erica is on Facebook. Thank you for switching platforms. Hey, Skull's here. Hey, Kyler, sending hugs to you too. Awesome. I'm so glad you all are hopping on here with me tonight. Yeah, so it just has been one of those weeks, and I had a really, really fantastic Sunday. Got to hang out with family. Um, that was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And what else did I do this weekend? I'm trying to think. I just feel like all I've been doing is working, which is good. I love my job, but I'm trying to I feel like I'm missing something monumental that I did. So Severian, if you know, put it in the comments because you know what's going. We talk all the time. Uh, so Severian says RuTube, where regrets get broadcast. That reminds me of the iCarly episode where Neville was like, "You will rue this day, Carly Shay. You'll rue it." So everything goes back to kids shows. My sister and I were talking about SpongeBob because I quote SpongeBob every day of my life. I quote that show, and my children are all adults. I still love that show. So I get all these references. I know we all quote stuff. Put in the comments, what is a movie or TV quote that you say that's in your daily vernacular, part of what you talk about? Like for me, it's anytime anybody says 37, I have to say in a row from Clerks. One of my all-time favorite movies, all time, all time, all time. I wish I had the picture of me and my brother at the Quick Stop in StreamYard so I could pop it up there. But I can. I like to show this off. There's me and Kevin Smith when I met him. So freaking awesome. But yeah, I have one of these days I'm going to get a camera that I can actually take you around this podcast room because I'm always pointing saying this is here and this is here, but my webcam is so particularly balanced on this stack of Janet Ivanovich books that I'm afraid to touch it because I'm afraid I'm just going to fuck up my whole show. But directly in front of me and up is DVDs that my oldest got me, and they are in a Quick Stop cardboard. I have my own little Quick Stop. It's so cool. And yeah, it's next to a Lego of the Evil Dead 2 cabin. I've got the car, all of that's up there in Lego. Love it. And then I have over here, I have my Clerks comic books. I have my Clerks Funko Pops. I have my signed Silent Bob Funko Pop. I have my Buddy Christ, which Kevin Smith also signed. So my prize memorabilia. So definitely put phrases you say every day, like quotes from a movie or a TV show. And then if you have a special piece of memorabilia you've collected from said place, throw that in there too. I want to hear what you guys have. And as soon as I said that, I see, excuse me while I whip this out. Don't put that. We don't want to see that, so it's very. Kyler says, the room all the time. I don't know. Is that a quote or is that me talking about my room all the time? Reese says, my buddies and I did a death metal cover of the SpongeBob theme song. Oh, if you have that sendable, please send it to me. I would love to hear that. That's fantastic. Erica says, I have a couple weird physical things going on. Weird left ear where possible eustachian tube is blocked. I am so sorry. The allergies are so bad. So you probably do have a clogged eustachian tube. And I can relate because my left ear is the one that I have hearing loss in, and it's horrible. And I'm very sorry. And I hope it clears out really soon for you. Hey, bestie. I'm so glad you're here. I would love to share your news if that's okay, because I'm excited about it. Let's see. I did not hit here. I did not know Mark. I still don't know what you're talking about, Kyler. I'm so sorry. Erica would also like to hear your SpongeBob cover. And so Severian is asking death metal, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Yep. Okay, so since I'm getting the green light to share, my bestie is fostering to adopt, aka adopting, an 8-year-old love. And I love his name so much. His name is Meatball. and he's a Jack Russell, and he's so cute. She FaceTimed me earlier to show me him, and I love him already. And I really hope you guys are settling in, and he's getting to know his new home and his new family, and that he just loves his new pack because you guys are awesome. Meatball is the best. Yes, Meatball. I love it. Love it. Love it. Oh, hi, Mark. Is that a quote? Is that a quote? I still I feel like I'm behind the ball, Kyler. I'm so sorry. Oh, good. He's settling in. Yay! I can't wait for meatball updates. I'm so excited. We might have to have like the weekly meatball update because he's just so cute. Let's see. Oh no, the sinus rinse didn't help. I'm sorry, Erica. Hopefully it is allergies and gone soon. Okay, I'm caught up. I apologize. Okay, it's from the movie The Room, which I have not seen and I have never heard of. So that's why I was off in La La Land, not understanding what you were saying at all. And I apologize for that. Okay, I have to check out the movie The Room and then I will know the quote you're saying. Okay, cool. You gets no bread with one meatball. I don't know what that's from. Jack Russells are so cute. They're cute. They're very hyper usually. Um, but I guess it would depend on the dog. And if he's 8, he's older, so he might be like more chill, which is cool. Tatiana to Meatball, everybody. Welcome to our crazy family that is full of awesomeness and super cool people. So yeah, definitely back to movie show quotes. Okay. It puts the lotion on its skin or it gets the hose again. I say that too, like that's not one of my dailies, but that definitely comes up whenever appropriate. Whenever anybody's talking about lotion or a hose or a basket, I immediately go to Silence of the Lambs. So yes, 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 for that quote. Um, I'm trying to think, like usually if somebody's talking about the significance of something, I'll go, I don't know, from Pee-wee. You know, what's the significance? Or is there something you'd like to share with the rest of us, amazing Larry? Like I quote Pee-wee a lot. Yeah, nobody hit me to that, dude. But I'm trying to think. Like Wayne's World's a big one for me and Jen. Like that is our movie. Let's see. Reese says, with what you said about quoting stuff, I always quote horror movies or Seinfeld, South Park, or Family Guy. I was in a meeting at my old job and I yelled, screw you guys, I'm going home. That wasn't why I got fired. Yes, yes. Gotta quote Cartman all the time. I watched South Park when it was new and then I got away from South Park for a long time. I kind of feel like it went for a little bit and now it's like hilarious again and I need to catch up with the newer episodes, but definitely some quotable things. Dave and I quote Seinfeld all the time. He introduced me to Seinfeld. I had never watched it until we got together in 2008 and now I feel like I've watched all of them and hysterical show and I love that you love it because I would think it might be a little dated for you, so I love that you like it as well. Today and then no and then okay, that is Dude Where's My Car, right, Erica? Yes, yes. Dude Where's My Car. I have never seen that movie, but I know that quote and I say it. So it's funny how there's certain things that you may have never seen but you know from other people saying it, and that's one of those phrases, like no and then. I say that all the time. Everybody knows Dude Where's My Car. Erica also loves Seinfeld. Fantastic. And yes, we do quote Wayne's World all the time. Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. I also quote Clue. That's another big one for me. Love, love, love the movie. Oh, you can't disown me. You're stuck with me. You don't get to disown me. I am like an octopus on your face there forever. I'm not kidding about you being stuck with me. So, yeah, Clue's another one. You know, obviously, like the flames on the side of my face. Heaving breaths. Love, love, love Madeline Kahn. She actually ad-libbed that part. That was not in the script, and it's one of the most well-known quotes from that movie, but all the time, like, are you trying to make me look stupid in front of the other guests? You don't need any help from me, sir. That's right. Like, there's so many things in that movie that are hilarious. Reese also quotes Two and a Half Men. My sister and I have that Charlie and Alan dynamic. It's so funny. I've never seen that show, and I've heard really good things about it. And I did listen to Charlie Sheen's autobiography, so I kind of know a little bit of the inside stuff with that show, but I've never watched that show. And my BFF that lives in New Zealand actually has watched them all. I guess they get some American television, and that's, part of it. So that's pretty funny. Cross this line, you die. I'm trying to figure out what that one's from. That sounds familiar. That's tickling a brain cell back here. It's all this hair. I can't get through to the brain cells tonight. I don't know what happened. I watched it yesterday. Today's yeah, there's just so many different things, and it's one of those things, like, you guys will say something and I will immediately, without thinking, respond with a movie quote, and I'll be like, that's it. But with SpongeBob, it's always see, now my train just crashed. Like, my favorite line from any of the SpongeBobs is when Patrick goes, Finland. I don't know why that makes me laugh so hard. That's in the Doodle Bob episode, and that's also when Doodle Bob draws the wrench and drops it on his head, and he comes out of the hole. He's like, where's the leak, ma'am? Like, I love Patrick. I love I can't think of the voice actor right now because his last name's like Fagerbacher or something like that, but he was on a TV show called Coach back in the day, and he played Dauber, and I loved him as Dauber, so I think that's part of why I love him so much as Patrick. And Peaches, my beautiful 2-month-old niece, does not like children's shows, but if you put SpongeBob on, she loves Squidward. Squidward is the only one she gives any time to, which I think is hilarious. Okay, this is so funny because my sister's doing the same thing. Okay, why did I not know that you were triplets? How did I never know this? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not going to say what that says on the way off chance that somehow she comes across this show. I'm not ruining it. That's hilarious. That's my sister's theme for this coming birthday because she's starting the same age. Hilarious. Oh, okay. It's Robin Williams live at the Met. Robin Williams is another, like, humongous catalog of quotes and information, and he just was at 100 miles an hour all the time, and just amazing. I listened to a biography about him that was actually very interesting, but gone too soon for sure. You got to listen to the actor who voiced Patrick give an angry speech in Jennifer's Body. I have that saved on my phone when I need a pick-me-up. I am definitely going to watch that. My oldest was on this kick where they were watching the movie. I've never seen it. I've heard of it. I've seen clips, but I've never seen the entire movie. You convinced me, Reese. I'm going to finally see Jennifer's Body because I have to see this quote. That's hilarious. I did not have a clue he was in that movie. That's awesome. Cheers again, Tatiana. And of course, Bruce Campbell is another quotable, amazing movie, aside from groovy and, that's my boomstick. But, like, I always do the goody little two shoes from Army of Darkness. And what's the other one from Army of Darkness? First you want to kiss me, then you want to kill me, or the other way around. That's hysterical. I liked Patrick in The Stand. Oh, at first I thought he meant Patrick Star from SpongeBob. I'm like, Patrick was not in The Stand. Okay, catching up. Moon. That spells Antichrist. Erica says Bruce all the time. Absolutely. We're sending Bruce good juju. He's battling right now, so we're sending all the love and good juju to Bruce Campbell. One of a kind actor. One of a kind. I'm so glad I got to meet him. He called me a vile woman. I hold that close to my heart. I've been insulted by Bruce Campbell. Oh, Dauber played that character who said, oh, is it Doug? Is that his first name? I know his last name's Figure Baker. Okay, I gotta look it up. It's a long name that is Scandinavian, I think. Patrick Star voice actor. Bill, and it's Fagerbake. Fagerbacky. I'm not even going to try it. Yes, he is blonde. He was Dauber on Coach. He had like kind of that page boy hairdo on that. So I'm guessing he would also be blonde in other roles. Yes, yes, from the original The Stand, Stephen King's. Um, I thought you said Weast. My sister sent me a whole collection of SpongeBob voice clips today, and that was one of them, and that was hysterical. And I also do "You're good, you're good, you're good" from the from Shanghai. I love that episode. That double because SpongeBob's always two episodes, and it's Shanghai and Gary takes a bath. Absolutely one of my favorite two episodes of all time. Hysterical. Yes, please send me the angry clip later on. I definitely want to see it. Hey, Lizzie! Yay, we love you. I'm so glad you could hop on, have fun filming, and I can't wait to see what you guys film tonight. I'm so excited. Yay, I'm so glad you're here. Um, yes, he is the voice of Patrick. 100%. Isn't that funny? And Mr. Krabs is Clancy Brown, who I originally met in Carnival. That's the first thing that I saw him in. I believe his character was Jason. He was the priest that used to like whip himself all the time. And so I went from that to Mr. Krabs. And I know he's done a bazillion things, but that's what I originally met that actor in. Um, and Erica is saying hi to everybody in YouTube land. That's Luna Projects, so you guys can connect the dots. Is mayonnaise an instrument? Okay, you always do you're good when we're building the haunt. I love that. I always quote Ross when we build the haunt and yell, pivot, pivot. I do pivot all the time too from Friends. And I've never seen that episode. I think I've only seen snippets, excuse me, of Friends as well. And I just listened to Matthew Perry's autobiography, which was creepy as hell because it opens up with, my name's Matthew Perry and I should be dead. So if you're listening to this right now, it might be like listening to a letter from beyond the grave. And it was crazy that he starts the book out saying, if you're listening to this, it's like getting a letter from beyond the grave. I actually had, this isn't the same notebook. I had the quote written down because when I listened to the audiobook and I posted it on an Instagram story, I put that quote and I wanted to make sure I quoted it exactly. And I just got rid of it. But it gave me like goosebumps to open the book with and I should be dead. So take this as a message from the grave. Crazy. And the woman that was dealing him the ketamine just got put away for a long time. So I'm glad she got put away, but that's just so sad. But he struggled from childhood. He just is somebody that was wired that way, that just needed that constant oomph, if that makes sense, like chasing the higher high and stuff. And it was sad because I didn't know much about him because, like I said, I didn't really watch Friends. But when it came up in Libby, I'm like, yeah, I'd like to learn more about him. So, whew, is cuckoo. Yes, very creepy, Lizzie. Absolutely. And you saw the article about the ketamine dealer because that was very recent. Nope. I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me? Okay. Love Meet the Parents. Meet the Fockers is my favorite, and now they're coming out with Fockers in Law. I don't know if you guys heard this. I only heard about it today. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's called Fockers in Law, and Ariana Grande is going to be in it. And I believe that my favorite character in the series is not going to be in it. Let me see. Focker in Law cast. Okay, so it's Ariana Grande, Ben Stiller, Robert De Niro, Blythe Danner. They're all originals. Terry Polo plays Pam. Owen Wilson's in it. I don't see her. So I absolutely adore the character of Roz, who is played by Barbara Streisand. Um, and Dustin Hoffman plays Ben Stiller's dad in it. But Roz is who I want to be when I grow up. So if you've never seen Meet the Fockers, it's hysterical. It's so silly funny. And Dustin Hoffman is like I said, Dustin Hoffman and Barbara Streisand play Ben Stiller's parents, and he's marrying. I know her name's Pam. I just said what it was, and it fell out of my head like that. Um, Her parents are Robert De Niro and Blythe Danner. So apparently, Dustin Hoffman just kept trying to get a rise out of Robert De Niro and kept going off script. So a lot of their interaction was not scripted. So if you go and watching Meet the Fockers, knowing that it's hysterical. And also, back to Bruce Campbell, if you watched Ash versus Evil Dead, is it Pablo? All right, see now my brain. Hooray for Google. All right, Ash versus Evil Dead. And it's Pablo. Yeah, see, I needed to just trust myself. So Ray Santiago, who plays Pablo, is also in Meet the Fockers. So let's all come back around. Yes, she was my favorite too. Sucks if his parents aren't coming back. Yes, absolutely. I know Barbara Streisand's still alive, and I'm 99% sure that uh, Dustin Hoffman is as well. I feel like we would have heard if he wasn't. So let me see. Yeah, and I mean this is just a super quick because I don't want to sit here in other tabs while we're talking tonight. But yeah, at a glance, I do not see them mentioned in the cast, and I would think they would get top billing just because of who they are. Yeah, if they're casting elderly man on trail, and I don't see Roz Fokker, I don't see either of them. So maybe his parents just aren't part of this storyline. That's what I'm going to guess. Maybe because that was so long ago, maybe it's their kids' in laws. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I would have noticed it if Dustin died too. Um, but yeah, at least it doesn't look like they replaced them. I'd rather they not be part of the storyline than have their characters replaced because they were played so well by Dustin Hoffman and Barbara Streisand. Like I'm gonna clean your carpet. It's just so funny with the whipped cream. Hilarious. I love those movies. Um, yeah, so there are some like new things coming down the pike that I'm interested in. I'm more interested because it's a comedy and Ariana Grande is in it. And my introduction to her was when my kids were younger and she was on Victorious and then Sam and Cat. And she was really funny. And then I kind of, with the whole donut licking thing and all, like I kind of, and then with Wicked, I came back to her again. So I'm kind of like, all right, that's cool. Um, so I'm curious to see her in a comedy role again. I think that she might do really, really well. It's also the fourth in a series, so it might suck. Could go either way. But at least it's not a remake. You know what I mean? Yes, seen her as a judge on Drag Race. She was so good. She was so good with the when she came. Hysterical. Oh my gosh, Drag Race finale next week. Did you watch the All Rue Lollapalooza lip sync SmackDown, Lizzie? Did you guys watch that this week? That was by far, in my opinion, the most entertaining lip sync Lollapalooza, and only I have to give a mention to was it Silky Nutmeg Ganache? I'm trying to remember. There was one. They For those of you who don't watch Drag Race, it's a lip sync competition towards the end of the season where they crown the basically like the runner up, the person that didn't make it to the finale. They've also had it where it determines who goes into the finale. Like RuPaul likes to change the rules every season. So one season, the one queen, I'm pretty sure it was Silky, like just kept annihilating everybody. And Silky's a big girl, very big girl. And I think it was it, oh, damn it. I'm going to have to look this up because I don't want to misquote it. I can see her performing it, but I can't remember the song. Let's see. So what it reminded me of was when like back in, yeah, it was Silky Nutmeg Ganache. Okay, yes. Um Back when they would be like variety shows or like sometimes in the circus, and somebody would be like a half man, half woman, and she did the lip sync like that, and it was a guy girl song. I don't It wasn't Barbie Girl. I kind of, and it wasn't all cried out, but it was like something like that. And so she had herself done up, makeup, outfit, half woman, half man, and would sing this side and sing that. It was so good. It was so good. Um, okay, so if you haven't seen it, catching up on Canada and UK, that's fair. Okay, so all I'm going to say is that this particular one, because I'm not going to ruin anything and no spoilers, is all RuPaul songs. So as soon as I heard that, my oldest and I were like, couldn't pay for licensing. And then it starts, and RuPaul's like, because of licensing costs, these are all songs, that I've performed. She's like, and I think at the end of the day, we only owe them $4. Like, and it's all RuPaul's original songs. So very entertaining. Even if you're not like a Drag Race fan, if you can watch the all Ru Lollapalooza lip sync smackdown to crown, she done had hers is, um it's an entertaining show. It's hysterical. And I'll try to find the Silky lip sync because it was so good. Um, Let me say, it's like giving me like lip balms when I when I look it up. That's so fun. It was Barbie Girl. Okay. Yeah, that was so funny because what happened was she came out to battle another queen, and the other queen backed out. And she's like, since I went through all this, can I still perform it? And they said, yeah. So she did it by herself. It wasn't a contest, it wasn't a competition anymore. It was just her performing it. It was fantastic. And I love her being like, dude, I just did all of this. Let me do the song. So loved that. So speaking of, to completely change gears here, speaking of other things in the news, who remembers when baby Jessica fell down the well? I believe it was in 1987, if I'm remembering correctly. Let's see here. October 14th, 1987. And it was nationwide, if not international news, coming out of Midland, Texas. Little 18-month-old baby Jessica falling down the well. Do you guys remember that story? I remember. So if it was October 87, I would have been 12. And okay, so Erica remembers, absolutely. I just remember being glued to the television because they were reporting on this story about it was actually baby Jessica's mom and sister were running a daycare out of the sister's house because, and I just found this out recently, they had been working in a daycare, and the daycare closed down, and it was like a very small town. So the moms that had to go to work didn't have an alternative. So they did an in-home daycare. Everybody already knew them. They had been watching their kids already, kind of thing. So the kids are out back and the phone rings. So Jessica's mom just goes in to answer the phone. She can still see everybody, and she comes out and it's like, yeah, she actually, I think she is 40. Isn't that crazy? Um, she comes out and sees the kids all in this back corner of the yard, kind of like looking. And then she goes out to see what was going on. And she just hears Mama coming out of the ground. So little 18-month-old baby Jessica fell in this well that was supposed to be capped. Now this has been something that they have not been able to prove in all these years. Was it professionally capped? Somebody said there was just a flower pot over it, like stuff like that. So what happened was these kids were playing throw toys down the hole. She slipped and went in the hole. Now, apparently, this was only an 8-inch diameter. So, she's little. And so she gets down in the well, and her foot, like her leg, is up above her head. So she's jammed in with the foot above her head. And they went to try to get her out, and they couldn't pull her out because of her foot. And so she's down there, and like over the course of time, they sent down flashlight. I think they said she was 22 feet down in the earth in this well and stuck. So they couldn't get her to come back out, and they tried to drill down, but when they drilled, she fell down a little bit more. It like vibrated it. So they were like, can't do that. So what they wound up having to do was dig at this like agonizingly slow pace. I think they said it was 4 inches an hour. It was so slow so that they wouldn't vibrate the pipe, basically, the well pipe that she was in, so they wouldn't have her fall down anymore. So they go down and across. They get her. 58 hours later, they pull her out, and I can still see it. I can see the news broadcast when I close my eyes. I can see her in the little harness that they got her out of and everything, and the lights in the backyard. And the one thing I remember is that they said while she was down there, because they kept like asking her, are you okay? And stuff like that. And she was singing Winnie the Pooh. Like, how cute is that? And the other thing was they had to take all of this stuff from on top of her because the kids were still playing, throw stuff down the hole after she fell. So they're throwing toys on top of her little baby head. Stop it. So, yeah, so 58 hours later, they rescued her. Bree says, I can't even imagine being down there. When I first read about it, my jaw dropped. Oh my God, I would die. I do not like tight, cramped spaces. So the reason why I'm bringing this up, yesterday, totally cuckoo bananas day, I talk about the Preston and Steve show, the radio show I love listening to, Philly's morning show on the rock station. They do a thing called the Bizarre File. So in one of the stories in the Bizarre File was, let me see, baby Jessica got arrested. So that's her. That's her on the right. When they first got her out of the well, little baby Jessica. Here's 40-year-old Jessica McClure Morales, who got arrested for domestic violence, beating up her husband. So they were talking about that. I'm like, well, that's weird. Like, and she said she doesn't remember any of that stuff from being a baby. Like, she has no recollection of the whole thing with the well. She didn't even know about it until she either came across it years later or somebody, like one of her friends, said something about it. She had absolutely no idea. So they're telling the story, Tatiana, sorry, on the radio show yesterday. So I'm like, oh, okay. So then I'm like flipping through the news feed, and one of my Facebook friends posts the story. I'm like, oh, that's funny. I just heard about it on Preston and Steve today. Like, that's funny. So then I like listening to this podcast called Morbid. If you guys like true crime, if you like spooky ooky stuff, I highly recommend it. Elena and Ashley are hilarious, awesome. I started in the beginning, they like to say they sounded like they were underwater then, and they've definitely, and I'm trust me, you guys know I call my first episode the book report. It was horrible. We all evolve and get better. So I had not been listening as regularly because I've been listening to audiobooks. I'm in between audiobooks. I'm like, I'm going to catch up with Morbid. So all of a sudden, this comes on. The rescue of baby Jessica McClure. I said, shut the fuck up. What are the odds of that? Like, and it's from a few weeks ago. It's not their most recent episode. It just happened to be the one that I caught up with. That to me is so odd. So odd. Like that all happened in one day. But yeah, like I remember that vividly. So what are some yes, that was the well baby. Baby Jessica fell in the well in Midland, Texas. Absolutely. So from a well to a cell then. Yes, Reese. That is my kind of humor. I love that. Nope, not for me. Another quote. No, sir, I don't like it. Is that like the Ren and Stimpy horse? Call the police. Exactly. There is no such thing as coincidences. That's what I always say. Isn't that crazy? But what's the lesson? I don't understand why at all. That's what I said, Ren and Stimpy. Love me some Ren and Stimpy. Yes. Would you like to buy some Robert Naples? No, sir. I don't think I would. Yeah, so I remembered that story. Another one, I don't want to say his name wrong. I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but just to be sure. So, yes. 1987. Okay, what were you just saying about no coincidences, Erica? This is odd. So this is from January 1987. So not the same month, but same year. So I remember being at home. It's January 22nd. So I wonder what time it happened because I watched this on live TV. It was Pennsylvania State Treasurer R. Bud Dwyer walked into a press conference. He had a manila envelope, and inside it was a .357, and he shot himself in the head on live television. And that is ingrained in my brain, seeing that. That was crazy. Again, I would have been like 12. And that's what the song Hey Man, Nice Shot was inspired by. So... Yep. Hey, man, nice shot. Exactly. Yes. Yep. So Severian says, well, actually, every moment contains trillions of coincidences. It's all in what we're primed to notice. But are they coincidences, or is it messages from the universe that non-believers call coincidences? There is no spoon, so Severian. Hey, man, nice shot. Yep, exactly. So that was another story. And obviously the Challenger explosion, I remember watching. But it's crazy how these moments are imprinted on our brains. Like, obviously the Twin Towers was another thing. But what are some that had a happy ending? I don't want to just go down this like tragedy loop here. But there's so many like main events. And I think about growing up and the people that remembered JFK or the people that remembered the moon landing and stuff like that. And it seemed like a bazillion years ago. And now the kids that are coming up now, we're the people that seem like that generation because our stories are the forever ago ones. I had a recording of that speech of Bud Dwyer's speech. I can see him. Like he's right in front of my face. It's so crazy. Lizzie says we were in Germany when the Berlin Wall came down. That was exciting. I bet it was. I remember watching clips of that. Like I don't think it was live. Might have been. but I can see that like everybody grabbing like chunks of it. I think they were selling pieces of the Berlin Wall like on TV ads at one point. Why do I feel like that was a thing? That's crazy. Yeah, they only let the Bud Dwyer thing play that one time. Yeah. And obviously like they reported on it and they stopped it right before the actual suicide, but that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Erica says, that sounds weird, but I worked for VMS and they had a bunch of horrible accidents recorded from the news all put together. Yep, they're out there. I mean, and especially in the internet age, like back when we were growing up, it was who had a VHS tape of Faces of Death if you wanted to see something crazy. And I don't even think, were they real? People said they were real, but were they really real or were they just like made up? Tatiana did a lot tonight. Sorry. Cheers to all of you. Oh, okay. Lizzie says it probably was. We have a beer sign with a chunk of the wall on it. That is awesome. I love that. Erica says it showed him falling and bleeding and a guy screaming to stop the video. Yep. I can see him with the manila envelope. Like I can see it. And it kind of makes me wonder if some of what I remember is just been planted in there. But I feel like I remember watching it. And it's, it's a time I could have, like, for sure, 12 years old. That's absolutely something I'd remember if I saw it. But yeah, and I remember seeing everybody climbing up the Berlin Wall and like breaking chunks off and all that. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. I'm glad, like, as many times as like things have been shit, in the last 50 years, I'm glad that I grew up in the time that I did. Like, and I'm sure everybody feels that way about the time that they grew up, but we were truly the last generation before internet, cell phones. So I love the connectivity that we have, that I can do this show, that I love all of you, very few of who I have met in real life, and you're my family and I love you, and it doesn't matter that we've never met in real life. But when you think about the times when like you could, like, we did a lot of stupid shit and there's no evidence. You know what I mean? Like, nobody had a video camera in their pocket. If they had a video camera, you knew, because it was the size of this freaking desk, and like we forged these like packs where we would roam around neighborhoods and woods, and like it was crazy. It was like our parents were just like, bye, come home for dinner. Like, they had no idea what we were up to all day. And that's what's so funny, like, because I'm guilty of it with my kids. I'm just like, text me when you get there, let me know you got there safe, blah, 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 where my parents had absolutely no idea what I was doing. None. And it's crazy in this world to think about that world, if that makes sense. But good times. Used to do stupid shit all the time. I think a lot of us shouldn't even be here right now. I'm not even supposed to be here today. Okay, that's another quote. But when I think about some of the stuff we did, like, well, where's your brain? Why'd you kick me? Where's your brain? Why'd you kick me? I asked you first, Ferris Bueller. Like, where were our brains? They were not in our heads where they should have been. Lizzie says the really nice part was that West Germany didn't turn their nose up at the Easterners despite the economic disparity. They were all Germans and ready to be united. I love that. That is awesome. Reese says, I feel that my buddies and I have done backyard wrestling, and we did our own form of Jackass, but we never videoed any of it. Couldn't have our parents seeing it. You're lucky to be alive. I'm sorry. Like, your own Jackass, which of course I think probably all of us on this program have done. But yeah, like stuff like that, like kind of broken our necks, and fun fact, the original Jackass series, Bam is from like 2 miles from me. So like the shopping cart and like all that stuff was like literally like right up the road from where I live. So I have that claim to fame. Um, Erica says, ever wonder or think about telling someone's parents for me some of the things you did? Ever wonder about telling someone's parents? Well, it's funny because like where I grew up, what I consider my hometown, our neighborhood had a creek that ran behind it. And my mom said, do not go in the creek. So we all went to the creek and yeah, kick my shoes off, go into the water. Well, there was a broken beer bottle in there. I didn't know. Um, Sliced my toe. Like, I mean, sliced my toe. So my older brother throws me on the front, like on the handlebars of his bike, like pedals me home as fast as possible, picks me up, my hero, brings me in the house. What's my mom say? Stop bleeding on the new carpet. So yeah, so we were teasing her about that for years, right? And we told her that I put my foot down when I was riding my bike in flip flops, which you're not supposed to do, and that I messed up my toe that way. Well, years later, I mean like decades later, um, we told her that I was in the creek and did it. She's like, you lied to me. So then, like, seriously, I think she's finally stopped doing this. How old's my older daughter now? Is 20, just turned 23. So it's probably been 20 years since we told her the truth. And she's now finally stopped going, well, I can't believe what you say because you're a liar. I was like, 8, stop it. You told me, not concerned about my toe or my well being, you told me to stop bleeding on your new carpet. So it was really funny. Um, let's see, tell someone, such as for me, my parents. Oh, like telling somebody what you did back then, because that's what I'm saying. Like I told my mom, and I got in trouble as a adult person with a child of my own. Let's see, used to climb trees in my aunt and uncle's yard, and they yell at me. I used to climb the tree out in the side yard. I loved it because I could climb up there. And look across the Delaware River into Pennsylvania and just like dream about everywhere I could see. It was so fun. So fun. Reese says, we one time did fire breathing. Sir, you be, oh my God. Did fire breathing and my buddy's motorcycle almost caught on fire. It was behind the old Kmart, middle of the night there. That's so something that we would do. We used to light farts on fire, but I don't think anybody ever tried to like fire breathe. I'm glad you're okay and you didn't light your whole head on fire. Please be careful. Please be careful. Learn and Go-Go, the podcast, does not encourage this behavior. And I have to do like some sort of, like, what the hell do you call that when you're like, I'm not responsible if you listen to this and you try it. I'm not telling you to do it. That's crazy though. But we used to do that stuff too. Did you guys ever make popsicle stick bombs? Like the wooden popsicle sticks, if you put them together. Disclaimer, thank you, Lizzie. Thank you for being my brain. You are so good at being my brain, and I really appreciate that. Yes. And on this episode of Learn and Go Go. That's so funny. I love that you guys are high-fiving each other. Fantastic. So popsicle stick bombs. You take, the wooden sticks. You can get them from a craft store, but I'm sure we had ones from popsicles that we ate because we were poor like that. So you put them together. So you're making basically like a Chinese star out of popsicle sticks. And then when you fling them at people and they hit, it like explodes. So my older brother, his best friend lived like up the block. And we made a whole bunch of popsicle stick bombs and stuck them on the ceiling fan blades. So when his best friend's mom came in and flicked the switch on, they went flying across and just like exploded around the house. And like she was so pissed, but it was so funny. Oh, good night, Kyler. Love you. Get good sleep. Sending hugs. Thanks for hopping on tonight. Marie says do a warning like the shit they show before Jackass. That's what I'm saying. Like, do not try this at home. That was the old one. Like, yeah, it wouldn't hurt to do a disclaimer. Is that what, I'm all about it. When I was a Beachbody coach, I used to have to be like, the results do not, there was a whole disclaimer. There was the health disclaimer, and then there was the money making disclaimer we were supposed to attach to every post to be like, results not typical, blah, blah, blah. Like results vary according to the person's, I don't know, it was a whole thing. I think I've blocked it at this point. Reese. Sir. We also had Bottle Rocket Royal Rumble. That's so dangerous. Super fun but dangerous. Do not try this at home. Do not. Oh my gosh. I can just imagine what that was like. Holy shit. Yeah, there's stuff. Another one of my brother's friends used to do the I think it was bottle rockets, and he'd stick them in the end of a wiffle ball bat and hold it and like shoot them like into the, oh my goodness. Rumple mints. Oh, okay. If we did bottle rocket royal rumple mints, that would be a drunken shit show, Erica. That would be rumple mints. I'm pretty sure I share that story in Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go-Go. You can get your copy at learnedingogo.com about how I was doing a champagne room once with Marissa. Yes, the peppermint alcohol rumple mints. But what Reese said was a bottle rocket Royal Rumble, like the WrestleMania, the Royal Rumble, but with bottle rockets. So that's why it's very dangerous. So Severian says people used to shoot bottle rockets off in the dorms at Liberty University. That is not smuck and fart either. They penny locked this jerk Godney's dorm room shut and shot bottle rockets under the gap at the bottom of the door. Oh my God. That does not sound very Christian of y'all at Liberty University, just saying. But anyway, back to the champagne room. Marissa and I did a double with this guy, and he wanted to do shots of Rumple Mints, and I'm just like, it's not a good idea, because I had already been drinking whatever I was drinking at that time. And so we kept doing these shots, and I was just like, excuse me, and just like ran out to the bathroom and like barfed my guts out and just came back smiling because my breath was minty from the Rumple Mints. So it didn't matter that I had just like projectile vomited all over. I'm like, hi, okay, I'm back. Dear Lord, that stuff is wicked. It says on my brain, smuck and fart. I say that all the time. Reese says we need an in real life bottle rocket Royal Rumble Learn and Go edition. I am not putting my show title anywhere near that because that is a lawsuit waiting to happen. But it would be crazy. It would absolutely be crazy, especially like if you made it a Royal Rumple Mints Rumble. That would be so bad. But that's the kind of shit we did in the 80s, though. We just did stuff. We didn't use our brains. We just did it. And it was survival of the fittest. That's why there's so many of us with a limp or like missing a finger, because we weren't that smart. But we had some stories. So Severian says, you should see what happened to the rat outside the gymnasium during the Carmen Christian G's concert. Okay, there's so much to unpack in this sentence. Is it like oh, okay, rat is RA in training. That's what I was going to ask because you capitalized it. And if they went too far, they got stripped and duct taped to the flagpole outside the gymnasium exit as the concert let out. Okay, yes, so Erica, so the rat is the RA in training. Carmen is this Christian singer. The only song I remember from him is Lazarus, Lazarus, come forth. Like, that's the only song I remember from him. From what I know, he took himself entirely too seriously. So that is not something you would expect at a fine upstate. I can't even say without laughing. At Liberty University. Actually, it's exactly what you would expect at Liberty University. But anywho, haha, my loves, it is that time. Oh my God, shut up. Carmen was your mom's absolute favorite. That's hysterical. Okay, we're getting further into this discussion next week. because it is that time. It is that time. I cannot believe that another hour has flown by so quickly. Thank you all for joining me and being drunken grown-ups this evening. Um, because it has been a hell of a lot of fun and I love you all and I look forward to this every week. You are the best. You always lift my spirits. You make me smile and I hope I do the same for you. Please share this out. Like, let your friends know about it. I'm on Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and Facebook. You guys can find me there wherever you stream. And also my positive affirmations I do every day. Reese, thank you. You always check them out and I appreciate it. Share them too. They're always under 3 minutes. So it's a good way to inject a little positivity into your day. But I make them short to be shared and to spread some positive energy. And I love you guys. So I wanted to thank you again. And like I said, it's been pretty heavy lately. So when life is coming at you, do not try to hide from it. Got to hit that shit head on because when you stick your head in the sand, you think you're hiding from the problems, but the rest of the world just sees a big ass. Love ya.